Okay. I think we're all good. We'll move you over this way. Let's get you up on here. Okay. Cool. Get that out of here. Alrighty. I think we're good. Everything looks okay. All right. Let's send out a text and get her on here. All right, guys, today we have a client success story. I've been working with her for 1 week, and she texted me on the 8th day saying that she's getting all this movement. Now, I don't even know all the movement. I know a little bit, like there was a man that wanted marriage with her. That's not her SP, but was reaching out wanting marriage with her and to have babies with her. And then another one that wants to spend Valentine's Day with her and take her to Disneyland. You know, and then a whole bunch of movement with her specific person. So we're going to dive into all the details. She's going to surprise me and update me on what's been going on as well. But she chose the package, my 2-week coaching of just text messaging. She chose that package, and within that time, she's getting results. So she wanted to hop on here and do a little bit of a live and share with you guys. If you guys got any questions, ask away. Even if it's in the comment box after when this is already aired. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting thing. You know, this is the second success story. If you haven't watched my previous one, I have another one where a client manifested her specific person wanting to see her after 8 months of not seeing each other. And he was being very, very cold towards her. So if you haven't seen that one, go check it out. It is in my playlist of success stories. Just waiting on her to give me a shout back to make sure that she's ready. Yeah, guys, yeah. But thank you for being here. There's a couple of you. There's a couple of you. So that's cool. I wonder if... Wouldn't that be cool? Let's see if I can try to get TikTok on here. We'll duel. We'll duel it. All right. Give her a second, guys. Am I logged in? Or one better. Logged in on there. So what I could do instead, all right, girly. All right, so what I'm gonna do instead is keep this up. We can mute that, and then we're gonna go over here. Look at me being all in the tech world. This is not my strong suit normally, guys. And then we should be able to come in here. Oop, I hit the thing. My goodness. Alrighty. Alright, now I wonder if I can move this over. There. I'm just waiting on her, guys. I'm gonna load up TikTok and also go live on TikTok as well. A little dual surprise over there. Sorry it's taking so long. I'm waiting on her. Alrighty.
there's even foods that people think are healthy.
All right, guys. Let's see here. Let's get TikTok going. Interesting. Oops. Nope. Change that. All right, come on, girly. Where you at? All right, she's ready. She's ready. So let's get TikTok going, and then we're gonna go live. And she's gonna be on. Okay. Let's do this. Hopefully I can get this to work. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right, let's give her a call, guys. Let's give her a call. And let's see if we can get this to work. Okay. It's gonna work. There we go. We got it, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
Let me turn up the volume and then we'll get started. Alrighty. Guys, let me know if you can hear her okay. I'm on live for YouTube and on TikTok. I figured it out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. All right. I think everyone can hear you. I think we're good to go. Everybody sign in on TikTok. We do have a success story. She's here with us right now. All right, girl, if you want to just hop right in, and because you got a whole bunch of surprises for me too.
Yeah, I did. So, I'm trying to manifest SP, and in the meanwhile, while manifesting SP and saying all my affirmations for my SP, he wants to marry me and have kids and the whole nine. I've been getting tons of movement from other men coming in and asking me to marry them, have kids with them, come over. I was affirming that he wants to go on vacation with me. And then I had somebody that I hadn't spoken to for weeks and months out of the blue text me, hey, you want to go on a Disneyland trip with me? I mean, it's not my SP, but I mean, they're reflecting my affirmations. And then I was thinking, Valentine's Day is coming up. I wonder, if my SP is going to ask me. Literally 10 seconds after I thought that, somebody out of the blue, a whole totally different person that I don't even communicate hardly with, asked me if I wanted to be his Valentine, and that if I wanted chocolate, what kind of bear I would like, where I would like to go. And I'm just like, what in the world? So all these people are piling in, and I'm getting all this movement. And then my SP, I cut him off after listening to one of another coach's live, and for 2 months straight, he was begging me and asking me to come over, begging me and asking me to see his place. He wants to talk to me. He misses me. He wants to communicate with me. And so I ended up going over. We had a great time. I seen his new place. He seemed very different. He seemed kind of on his best behavior. I do see that there's a little bit of things that I need to work through as far as, some of the old stuff that's probably coming in. But I think mostly it has to do with just some old stuff because I know that it's working.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it's working from all the movement I've been getting in every other lane. So, I kind of narrowed it down to changing my self concept when it comes to my SP because I feel like that's where it's at. That is where the core of it is at. Is it when I'm getting all this movement from other areas, it's because I'm not worried and I'm not focused on those areas and I'm not really truly caring, about those other people and if they're coming in. And I truly think it's the story that I have built up, just from the triggers between me and my SP.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so I need to really work on that area. And I think, and I know that it's going to flip around because
Okay.
it has to.
Yeah, of course it does. And we worked together for a week. We did one phone call and then a week of texting. And we did straight self-concept. And you got that movement from straight self-concept. And I think I told you to go no contact, right? Because he was reaching out and you were still kind of hesitant and getting, I won't say triggered, but he still wasn't showing up as the version that you wanted, right?
Correct. Correct. And I may have, and I was doing really well with straight self concept and getting the movement. And, I do see that he was being different. And I felt that I was being different. And I felt as if my self concept was, high enough. But I do feel like I need to go a little bit hardcore on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, when we first started working together, we did a rating of where your self-concept was at. What was it? And then where'd we end up?
Oh, it was pretty low. Like it was pretty low when I started. I was struggling with a little bit. I was struggling with my energy. I was struggling with, you know, with keeping things organized on my day to day, just because I was so distraught on this area of my life. And I was looking at those affirmations and everything and saying them to myself and practicing the EFT tapping and everything. And it went from like probably like a 3 or 4 to like an 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm. In just a week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, that's awesome. All right, so I have a question of what was your routine? What was your day-to-day like manifestation routine? Did you affirm all day? What'd you do?
I got up in the morning. I like my morning routine. So I got up in the morning. I would read the affirmations. I would sit down and actually try to visualize without reading them. I would sit down and visualize the affirmations and say them out loud and then like really feel them. Not like a mantra, really, but like actually feel into them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I am amazing. I am worth it no matter what, like I would really truly feel into them and feel that because I am that. And I would have to take my focus off of just because this situation is happening, it's not a direct reflection upon me and who I am and how I am. And I had to kind of separate that, like separate the two and kind of move apart those triggers and really see and really know that just because this is not completely doesn't mean it should directly affect, how I feel about myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then so I would do that. I would feel into the state, go about my day, go to work, and if I had a low moment, then I would say the affirmations, but a lot of what helped is like, I have clients and I see clients on a day to day, and what's kind of cool is so I'm a hairdresser, so when clients they sit in my chair and they kind of we're there for a few hours, and so while we're there in my chair, I just had somebody yesterday sit in my chair, and she kind of broke up with her boyfriend, and it was really nice. I started giving her the affirmations. I started telling her, no, this is not what we're going to do. This is not what we're going to think. This is not how we're going to feel. This is how you should feel, and this is how you should think, and you shouldn't go down that rabbit hole of self-loathing upon yourself. You really need to build yourself up. You need to focus on yourself. This is our glow up season. And I told her that. I said, this is glow up season.
I love it.
We're not gonna focus on that.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
And it actually kind of like boosted me trying to boost somebody else. And then, helping somebody else help me. And so she got out of my chair and was like, this was like the best day. She said, you know what, you helped me. She's like, I came in here, and she was like, I was having a rough day, and I felt low, and I felt, sad. And she goes, honestly, you made me feel like so good about myself. I thank you so much. And I was like, and all the things, and she was telling me, like, I was like, what are your goals? And so she was like, well, this is my goal, this is my goal. I said, you need to strive to meet those goals. Go do those goals for you and for nobody else. Go get those goals for you, because it's going to build you up so much. Find something, find a hobby. Don't sit and dwell in the sadness and the sorrow of it. Go do something. Go boost yourself up. If it's just going out and going and get a Starbucks, or she wanted to lose weight, so I told her about this weight transformation camp, and she was like, but I'm scared. I said, do it scared. I was like, do it scared. We're all scared. Things scare us every day. I said, but you know what, you're not going to get where you want to be if you keep sitting and being scared. Do it scared. I said, you're going to stay in the same place, and you're going to stay in the same hurt and the same sorrow if you don't get over that fear. I said, yeah, the first day, the first week, maybe it's not going to be fun. It's going to be miserable. But you know what? It's going to get easier and easier and easier.
Exactly.
If you keep going.
I love this. The fact that you're motivating other people just based off of your new self-concept. Is this something you would have done and spoke like this prior to either working with me or even learn about the law? What would be more of your mindset prior to where it is now?
Probably that I didn't want to intrude. I didn't want to get in people's business. I didn't want to, I probably would have felt as if like I was butting in on somebody, and they probably didn't want to hear what I had to say or take what I had to say like seriously, But when like I truly know it and I truly feel it, and I truly know that like, no, this is what works. This is what works. That, the other thinking, that's not what works. That doesn't work.
Exactly.
Let me tell you, because you're going to stay there.
Exactly. And then didn't you have a client, what was the story with, she went home, she was in trouble for taking so long? Yeah.
Oh yes. So I have a really good friend. We used to work together, and we stayed really good friends after I moved on to a different career. And she comes from um, a Muslim background, and her family, and she's older. She's 23 years old, and so not too old, but and so her family is very strict on her, very strict on her. They want to know how long it's going to take from point A to point B, and so she made an appointment with me. She came to get her hair cut and a blowout. Well, my client before her had come in late, and then she added on a service while she was in my chair. So that client took a little bit later. So inevitably, it pushed my my friend's appointment a little bit behind. And I told my friend, I was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry. You know, you want to reschedule, whatnot." And so she's like, "No, I'll just hang out. You know, it's good just being here with you." And so I thought, oh, you know, I didn't even think anything of it. So we finally get into our appointment. We do their cut. We're in almost towards the end, and her family is texting her, blowing her up. She was only there about 2.5 hours. Where are you at? Why is this taking so long? It shouldn't have took this long. All you're doing is this. All you're doing is that. And and I was like, sometimes like a wash and a cut. I mean, it was a specialty cut, so it took like an hour for the cut, and then it took like 30 minutes for an amazing blowout that I gave her. And so they're blowing her up. The dad calls her in my chair, and I can hear him yelling at her. "Why is this taking so long? What are you doing? What are you really up to?" And I'm starting to get frustrated. I'm starting to get anxious because the whole time I'm telling her, "No, it's going to be fine. It's okay. Just if they're going to be mad, let them be mad. They'll get over it. I mean, we're not doing anything wrong, you know?"
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, I was like, "I'm almost done. I'm almost done. We're at the last part." And so she's freaking out. I can feel her anxiety. I'm trying to calm her down. I'm to a place where, like, okay, nothing I'm doing or saying is calming her down. So I'm hurrying up through the service. And so I'm cleaning up, and I was like, you know what? And I keep telling her, even though I don't truly feel it now at this point, it's going to be fine. They're going to love it. It's going to be fine. They're going to see your amazing hair, your transformation from what you came in looking like, and what you're going to go home and show them, and they're going to be fine. Even though I was not really feeling it 100%. I mean, before I was, but when the dad called, I kind of freaked out. And so I was like, okay. But I kept telling her, no, it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. They're going to be fine. So she literally runs out my salon and was like, "Pray for me." And I was like, I will pray for you. And so I go back into my salon. I'm cleaning up. And while I'm cleaning up, I was like, you know what? I bet she's going to call me and tell me that they weren't even tripping that much. I said, I bet. But I prayed anyways. I hope she doesn't get in trouble. Praying and manifestation or affirming is kind of like the same thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I was like, I hope she doesn't get in trouble. But I was like, I know that they're going to love it, and they're going to be okay. And I literally just stopped thinking about it. Just wanted to clean up and get out of there. And so I sent her before and after pictures, made a little video for her, and she texted me and was like, "Oh my gosh." She goes, "They weren't even tripping." And she goes, "And you know what? They freaking loved my hair. Loved my hair." And she sent me 2 clients after that.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah, she sent me. I got 2 clients. I got 2 clients after that because everybody loved her hair so much.
Mm. And that was another thing that you wanted to work on, was glowing up your business.
Yeah, yeah, and my business is blowing up. Like I am so busy. I'm getting clients every day, text messages in my DMs. Um, I people are walking in like they love my work. I had somebody text me the other day. I had somebody text me last night, messaged me on Instagram and said, "I've been following you," for 2 people, actually. One of them says, "I've been following you for a while now." And she goes, "And your work is so good. I have to make an appointment. I literally just got my hair done last week." And she goes, "I need to make an appointment with you." She goes, "With you, because your work is so good."
awesome. That is
And she
awesome.
goes, yeah. And then I had a client call me. Well, she's not even my client yet. She's my new client, and she called me. She was like, she had to reschedule, and so she's like, but she called me. She was like, can we reschedule for earlier? And I was like, okay, sure. Yeah, let me see if I can move, if I have something earlier for you. She goes, and she basically reiterated the same thing. She goes, I've been watching you. And she goes, I've been watching your progress. I've been watching you come up from where you started to where you're at now. And she goes, I can't wait to sit in your chair. She goes, I can't wait to sit in your chair.
I love it. And did you even really affirm for career, or it was just straight self-concept, right? I never gave you any affirmations for career.
No, the crazy thing is, I affirmed for this a year ago.
Oh,
A year ago, when I started all this, I was like, I affirm that I am the best, most sought after hairstylist in my area. And then I was like, I am going to blow up and glow up so fast with clientele. I'm not going to be able to keep up. And so far, it is getting to that point.
yes. See, it's when we work on the self-concept and we become worthy and good enough to actually be that person, and we embody a new version of us that is whole and healed. Then the past manifestations, when we are focusing on, well, for you, the career, we're putting all our energy on, this is how it's going to be. I'm going to get all these clients, all this money. But because your self-concept wasn't whole and healed yet, you actually didn't have, for one, maybe the confidence. You were still probably fearful starting your own business and doing your own salon and things like that. And probably didn't feel worthy because you don't have maybe a big name out there or whatever it is. You had all these limiting beliefs about you. And as soon as we correct those limiting beliefs about you, it doesn't matter how long ago you were affirming for this. Now that you got the one side figured out, your self-concept, then the concept of others or desire figured out, then it has to come in. I love it.
No, I mean, and it's crazy because I have an affirmation book, and I've had an affirmation book and I keep them. And I went back and I looked at my affirmation book and I seen the date of when I wrote down my affirmations, and I wrote down these things, and I'm seeing them come to fruition, and I'm seeing them, like I said, my business is going to blow up. Yes, I was scared. I was so scared. I still had fear. I didn't believe it 100%. I didn't. And there are some days where I'm overwhelmed with messages and getting back to clients and getting back to communicate with them. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, I remember writing this. I remember saying this. I have it in my book. And I didn't even affirm it like a crazy banshee person every day. I would say it and then kind of forget it, and then keep going. And then I would remember, like, hey, this is what I want, and then say it and then keep going. And I had a really good friend that said, if you keep putting your foot in the right direction and you keep going, something's going to happen. Something good is going to happen. And you just keep going. So, like, I just kept going, no matter how I felt, no matter if I had a low day, no matter if a client canceled on me. And I was like, no, that's fine. You know what I would say? I said, that's fine. They're going to be replaced.
Oh, what? You're saying that you had doubts? You're saying that things showed up in your 3D that were negative, yet you still persisted? You still believed in yourself and that it was all going to work out?
Yes.
What? Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, you know what? They're gonna be replaced. I said, even though this happened, I said, you know what? This happened, but it's gonna be replaced by something better and something greater. And I'm like, and I didn't even believe it 100%. That's the crazy thing. I didn't even believe it 100%, but I just was like, I said it, and I kind of I knew it, but I'm like, okay. And it was probably because I was probably like sad or annoyed or a little low. I had a little bit of a low day, but I was like, it's okay. It's all right. It's going to be better, and it's going to be replaced, and it'll be fine.
That's perfect.
And I kept going.
That's perfect. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Whatever shows up in the 3D that is unwanted, keep your focus on what you do want. It doesn't matter what happens in the 3D or how opposite it is to your end goal. As long as you keep persisting and putting your focus, filling your cup up in, this one area and stop feeding the other area, it has to manifest. It has to change. And it changes fast. I'm guessing right after is when you started getting clients. Maybe like the next day, somebody came in and was like, oh, hey, I want to work with you.
Yeah, literally the next day. Literally the absolute next day. And I got amazing content from that client that came in the next day. With this client canceled on me, and it was just something kind of minor. I probably wouldn't have had as great content because like I post reels and stuff and make sure I make my content. And literally, if this person did not cancel on me, I wouldn't have had room for this person that was like, hey, I need to come in today. And I was like, oh, I actually have room. Come in. And I literally didn't even ask questions. I was like, come in. And she wanted this crazy, extravagant, 3-tone color situation. And her canvas was a mess. Her hair was a mess. And I was just like, okay. I was like, let's do this. Let's do it. And I got the best content from it, the absolute best content from it. And I got three clients after that.
Oh man. It just keeps getting better and better. This is stuff I didn't know. You just keep surprising me.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. And then the owner of my shop came, because I do lashes and permanent makeup as well. And I've been telling myself I want to start up that other side of my business because I did that before I started doing hair. And I was like, I really want to start up that other side of my business. And I just hadn't like really put my mind to it yet. And my owner came to me last night. Let me tell you, about 7:00 at night, I'm cleaning up, ready to go home. And she's like, hey, I'm done doing lashes. I'm hurting. She's older. She's like, I'm hurting. It hurts my neck. It hurts my back. She goes, I kind of want to give you all my clients. And I was like, what?
Oh my goodness. This is awesome.
Yeah. She's like, I can't. She's like, I want to give you all my clients. I can't do it anymore. And so she gave me a key to the room, and I was like, okay. And she goes, I'll give you their information. And they come in, they're faithful clients, and they want pretty basic, and it'll be great. And I was like, okay.
I love it. Oh my goodness. In 1 week of self-concept. 1 week of self-concept. Okay, let's see if there's any questions here that stand out. All this movement though, oh my God. I'm loving it. This sounds so good. All right, let's see. Guys, if you got questions, please post them. Because I missed a whole bunch, so if you want to repost it, if I didn't answer it. This video will be up on YouTube. I saw that one. Oh man, okay. We explained, did the routine. What else? All right. I'm not seeing any questions that stand out as far as something that you haven't answered. We went over the fact that you had doubts. We went over the fact of, what your routine was, how simple it can be. Literally working on self-concept. We did a half an hour phone call, and then 1 week of texting. And then, the 8th day, you messaged me with all this stuff. And then what's going on, I know we went into a little bit with your specific person. What ended up happening when you did go and see him? I know that it was a little bit not exactly what you wanted, but what's your mindset going towards it in the future of, even though it was a little bit undesirable, how are you going to handle it, I guess? What did you learn out of this process?
What I learned out of this process is that I really truly need to work on maybe the old story of in that area, because I see so much movement, and I see so much progress, and I see so many things coming to fruition as far as like different areas in my life, and even in my love life, and the men in my area. I don't lack for people coming in. And even SP comes in, but I truly feel that like I really need to do I need to change that old story. I truly do. And maybe I changed that old story, but maybe I have it I do get triggered by some of the things that happen in the 3D, because I get so much movement in this area, but I realize I'm getting movement in this area because I don't have an old story in this area. I don't have an old story. I don't have a limiting belief in this area. Things haven't happened, to cause me such limiting belief but I've been dealing with my SP on and off. This version, because the version I had of him when we first started dating is not the same version of who he's been the past, year and a half. And I have realized by coaching and working with you, we kind of broke it down with my last relationship had kind of put some things within inside of me that I probably needed to work through. And I was like, because I was thinking to myself, I said, well, this is happening in this area of my life, as far as my business and as far as my goals and as far as, reaching those things. And I'm like, it's happening so fast. And I was just like, and then you were telling me, I was like, and I had asked you, I said, why did he come in so amazing and so awesome and so great? And we have literally the best relationship. I remember we used to tell each other, we have literally the best relationship. We're so perfect. Like, yeah, we had our ups and downs and normal things and a little bit of bickering back and forth, but I feel like that it was pretty normal, and I remember asking you, I said, why did he come in so great? And then all of a sudden, like not all of a sudden, because I kind of, now that I sit back and I look, I kind of see like, how it led up to this because of my limiting. I remember thinking things like this, like he's going to do this and he might treat me like this because of my last relationship treated me like this. I remember thinking those things. I remember saying, be careful because this person did this to you, so you got to be careful because he could do this to you, even though he's treating you amazing. He could do this, he could be this way because this last person was this way. And this was before I knew anything, any law of assumption, any manifestation, anything. Like I had no knowledge of any of this, and I was thinking those things. So I was treading with caution, and I would look at everything that he would do and every movement, and I would tell myself, be careful, blah, 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 because of my last relationship, because I didn't heal nor work on those last things that happened in my last relationship. And so those things started to come out in this new relationship that I was in. And now that I know better, I need to do better. But I do need to work on the healing part because I do struggle with like a little bit of I wish I didn't I wish I didn't think that way. I wish I didn't do it this way because he wouldn't have turned out this way.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to tell myself, now that I know better, I can do better.
Yep.
You know?
Exactly.
And it's okay because things happen, and like just because it happened this way doesn't mean that it can't turn back around.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that it can't be the way I want it to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't hold on to that guilt of it should have been like this and I should have done this, and that's going to eat away at you. So, that's part of your self-concept, though. If we start, changing that, becoming more confident, just being okay with the fact, okay, I get it. I created this. I don't like this, but now I know how to change, and if I know better, I do better. Exactly what you're saying. So I love the fact that you acknowledge that and you're aware of those thoughts, and you're in the process of changing them. I think that we're going to continue working together, is what you said, so then we
Yes.
can go more in depth, because I know at the end I had just started with you in your new story about him, so that hasn't even been a few days of working on it. So that's why, guys, if you're questioning like, oh well, he's not coming in perfectly and she still has old story about him, it's because we haven't even worked on that area yet she is still getting movement just by her self-concept, movement with other people, movement in her business, and movement with him. He has improved, but it's not 100%. So we're still in the middle process of the full manifestation. But this is the best parts, guys, because when you see somebody going through it in the middle of it, it's so much more relatable, because now you understand it wasn't rainbows and sunshine the entire process that she was working on this. She had bad days. She still has doubt. She's still working on things, and it's going to continue, and her life is going to also continue to improve and become more and more of a life that she can fall in love with, because now she knows that she is creating that, and she becomes more and more of a version of herself that she can fall in love with. Am I correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah. And now working on this area of my life and things like that, and I feel like I kind of got this under control, and I kind of like seeing that, like, okay, so if I can get movement in my career, and I can get movement with these other people, not necessarily, and I don't even contact these people whatsoever. Like, they are out of sight, out of mind. Like, they contact me. I see that I can get movement in this area. I see that I can get movement in these other areas. Why can I not? What makes me think that I can't get movement in this area? He is no different. He is no different than any of these people out here. No different.
Exactly. And that breaks it down to where it's more believable too, because now you have proof that this works. You have more faith in the fact that it's working. So you use that faith to your advantage. You know it's just changing the old story about him, and then it has to come in. You know that because you've done it with other things. You've changed the story about the desire, or you changed the self-concept about yourself, and it came right in, and it took no time at all. So I'm looking forward to continuing working with you and getting the full manifestation. I love the success that you're getting already. It's absolutely freaking amazing. And I love all the surprises of the first time of me hearing the things too. It's phenomenal. If you want to give a quick review of my coaching and what you think about it, that way if people are on the fence about coaching with me or somebody else, what to look for in a coach and why you chose me, and how the service went, and just do a quick review, I'd appreciate it.
Of course. I think Lain is a phenomenal coach. I have worked with two other, only had phone calls with two other coaches before, and they had not given me the I don't know, reassurance as much as Lain has given me the reassurance and kind of redirected me, refocused me back into the lane that I needed to be. And she is so on top of it and so fast with it. And it's easy. She makes it seem easy, relatable, and And like, it's okay. It's okay to have these feelings. It's okay to feel this way today, but it's okay to feel this way right now. But you know what? Do this and do that. And it's just like, oh, okay, sure. Yeah. Like you're absolutely right. You're totally right. Thank you for refocusing me. Thank you for redirecting me back onto the path I needed to be. Like, it's okay to have a moment. It's okay to feel this way. But refocus on your affirmation, and you're going to get what you want. And that's what I really, really loved about you, is that you were easy, you were relatable, I could understand you. And you were fast with your responses, and you're just so reassuring. So reassuring.
Okay.
And I love it.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. If you have any last minute inspiring words that you want to leave the people with, then I can let you get on your way, because I know you're a busy, busy person.
Even some inspiring words I have is just like, even when you don't feel 100%, and even when you don't feel it 100%, it could still happen, and it can still come about, and you don't have to feel it 100%. And you are human, and you are going to have your days of where you don't feel like what $1,000,000, but you know what? You keep going, and you keep doing it, and you believe that it can happen, and it will happen. And even when you don't 100% believe, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Refocus your mind, redirect, get some good coaching from good, reputable people, and keep going.
There you go. Change the assumptions, change the reality. That's summed up. I love it. All right. Well, I'll let you get on your way. And I look forward to working with you some more.
Yes.
All right. I'll see ya. Have a good day.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, guys. What'd you guys think of that? Does everyone think of that? Let's see here. Let me exit out of this real quick. I hope that my Wi-Fi wasn't too glitchy, because being on YouTube and on TikTok, I didn't think I was able to do it, but we'll probably do this from now on. Let's see. What'd you guys think of that? I didn't know that she got all the movement that she got. She didn't include me in on it. I haven't talked to her in like a day or two. Her package ended, I think, on Monday. So all this stuff happened on top of the movement that I knew about. So come on, like, a guy coming out of the woodwork wanting to marry her and have babies, another one wanting to spend Valentine's Day with her and take her to Disneyland, then the movement with her clients and glowing up her business, then doing the other part of her business and wanting to start it and getting handed clients, an entire book of clients handed to her. On top of her specific person, she got to go see him in his new apartment, even though it might have not been 100% perfect, but she's still in the middle of her manifestation. That is a lot of freaking movement within 7 days of working together. 7 days of working together, just working on self-concept. We didn't even focus on any of these other things. I didn't give her affirmations for career, and she said she didn't do career affirmations. She did them a year ago, before she was even working on self-concept, probably before she even knew about me. And then the other thing was with her specific person. She wasn't even focused on affirming for him yet. We just did self-concept, and in 7 days, that's how much her life had changed. Bonkers. Bonkers. That's awesome. Love it. All right, guys. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to hop off of my YouTube channel. Let me exit out, guys. Thank you for being here. I think I'm going to hop off both, actually. But, guys, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope that you guys enjoyed that success story. Even though it's still kind of in the works, she got amazing movement. And it goes to show you self-concept can change a lot of things. a lot of things, okay? And, you know, she gave you some inspiration. Change the assumptions, change the reality. Don't give up. Everything is possible. You just got to put in the work. I love it. I love the success story. This will be up on my YouTube for my TikTok family. If you want to go back, rewatch it, start from the beginning and all that fun stuff. If you do want any coaching, everything is linked in my bio for my TikTok family. It is linked in my link tree for one-on-one coaching or the manifestation guide. If you need to contact me, that is also listed in there. My YouTube family, guys, everything is in the drop box below, the description, soulutionscoaching.org. It names off all my different packages. I have, you know, just straight texting packages, and I also have bundles to where it's phone calls, texting, you get the manifestation guide. Literally everything I offer is in each one of these packages, all right? If you want to, you know, sign up for anything, not that you need coaching, but if you feel like you have been manifesting for a while, you're not getting the movement that you want, you're getting frustrated or on the verge of giving up, at least try it out. And all of my packages are affordable. My manifestation guide is affordable. And I do that on purpose because I think that it is extremely important for us to be able to get the help that we need. And a lot of times, especially nowadays, with the economy and all the stuff that's going on, money's tight. Money's tight, okay? So I, you know, have different sales going, different packages going right now. And again, the manifestation guide, if you want to do things on your own, but know exactly what you need to do and how to do it and what I do with my clients, and I give you different exercises that are specific for my clients. There's a quantum jump visualization meditation in there. There is also my mind switch exercise. There's the science behind resistance and how to get through it. There's affirmations for revision, affirmations for resistance, just plain affirmations to build your foundation and how manifestation works for you. I also break down in that guide you know, how to identify your limiting beliefs and then how to counter them and give you examples of that. And then, of course, the science behind what is going on in your mind to begin with, what manifestation is, why forming assumptions changes your reality. All of that is in the Manifestation Straightforward Guide. And all of that, if you sign up for coaching with me, you get that as well. And I teach you exactly how to affirm, the intensity, the past tense, present tense, future tense, whatever's for you. I teach you that. If there's visualizations, I teach you that. And I walk you through step by step whatever you need in the moment. Say if we need to do meditations, I do that with you. If you're having a bad day, I do the meditation with you and walk you through it. Just through text message. I do a little voice note and walk you through it. And my clients absolutely love that. And, you know, she also stated my fast responses. I'm not one of those coaches that say, hey, yeah, I offer unlimited texting, but then answer once or twice a day. I answer within the hour. Okay, and usually it's right back. Usually I'm already on my phone answering other clients, so I bounce between different notifications and answer you right back. Nobody ever waits. And it doesn't matter really how late at night. I had a client 10:30 at night the other night that was texting me, going through something or had a question, and I answered her, okay? If I'm not sleeping or on live or with a client or maybe doing something with my personal life, I am answering. I'm there for you guys because I understand what it's like to go through and have spiraling or have questions and having to wait for the answer. We're sick. We're done waiting. We're getting it now, okay? We're getting our shit now. We're getting our answers now. And that's how I do my coaching. So I just want to throw that out there, guys. All right.